ICC Captain Toss.
Here for the live streaming of the Taipei T10 Cricket League, and this is day 4. We have 3 very exciting games lined up. a very good morning to you. We are live from Taiwan, the beautiful capital city of Taipei, for the Taipei T10 League, and we'll be having 3 very exciting games for you today. First, we'll have the ICCT playing against FCC Formosans. The second game will be the ICCT Smashers against the Chai Swingers, and our last game for today will be the PCCT United against the Chai Swingers. I'll tell you a little bit about the weather. It is sunny, sometimes overcast, a bit some clouds occasionally. There is a forecast of thunderstorms in the afternoon, about 20% chances, so we hope that doesn't happen, and the 80% winds, and the occasional gusts of wind, and we'll see how that affects the game. I'm going to take you straight to the toss now. Before that, we would like to thank our very great global streaming partners, Sports Tiger, who are making it possible for you all to see these games all over the world. So may I please invite our umpires and our 2 captains of our first game to join us for the toss. Do you have the coin ready? Okay.
Heads.
So the toss was heads, and FCC won the toss. What would you like to do?
I think we're going to bat first, because in the first 2 games we chased, and we are good at chasing, so we want to try for a bat first and see how it goes.
So you want to change your strategy in this game?
Not much, but we just changed our wicket keeper because he is a bit injured, so we replaced the keeper with Rahul. So and Ram is out and Raju is in. So that's the thing.
What kind of score are you looking at this morning?
We are expecting about 90 to 100 score in 10 overs, and weather looks good for us, and outfield is also very supporting, so we will look forward to score 90 plus.
Okay, wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nirav, so you'll have to bowl. What do you think? What would you have done?
I have done 2 changes, like Dave and Priyesh is in, and Sanjay is out, and Mani is out.
Okay. If you had won the toss, what would you have done?
I would have done bat, but unlikely I have lost the toss, so it's okay.
Okay, so you can still make make your best out of the bowling, right?
Definitely.
Okay, thank you, congratulations, and we wish you all the best. We wish both teams all the best, and I'm going to hand you over to our commentators, Silius and Craig, and I'll see you for the presentations.
Right, thank you, Priya, and we are here back in the commentary box in Taipei at the Infant Cricket Ground, the YCG. We are sure we're going to have 3 great matches for you today, full of action. With me in the commentary box, as usual, Craig Mitchell. Morning, Craig.
Good morning, Sadir. I hope you had a great evening last night.
Yes, it was peaceful.
And what a wonderful day of cricket we have in line for us. Starting off with the ICCT versus FCC.
Yes, FCC is the team who won the last match yesterday. And that was a very convincing win over the PCC, the Pakistan Cricket Club of Taipei. And they will hope to continue in the same vein. They won the toss, as you just saw, and they've decided to bat. And they are looking to post a good score. If they win this game, they will top their group.
Very interesting strategy there from SAC, changing things up and willing to bat now.
Yes, the captain said he would just like to try something different. Anyway, as Priya said, the weather is sunny, but we have cloudy spells, maybe some thunder showers in the afternoon. It is muggy. Luckily, there's a breeze just to cool the players down, because without that, it would be pretty unbearable. So the players are getting ready. They've been here for more than an hour warming up, very diligent players. And we will be back with you at 11:30. You will not miss a ball. We'll see you then.
Mic check, 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 mic check.
Batsmen, remember to come on in front of the camera, all right? Remember, when you guys come onto the field, walk in front of the camera over there. And also try and remember the same thing when you're out, try and come off here. Don't go back to 10. Yeah. So we come on here and we come on. 1 minute.
And welcome back. If you didn't join us earlier at 11 o'clock, welcome back to the Infant Cricket Ground here in Taipei for the Taipei T10 League, the continuation of that. Today is the 4th day of this competition, and after today there are still 2 more weekends of cricket for you. If you didn't join us, as I said, we'll just remind you or tell you for the first time that the first match is between FCC, the Formosa Cricket Club, and ICCT, the Indian Cricket Club of Taipei. FCC won the toss and they have decided to bat. The first 2 games, they batted second, and the captain said he would like to try and bat first. So we'll see how that turns out for them. With me in the commentary box, Craig Mitchell. Good morning, Craigie.
And we're back. A very good morning, Sadir, and a good morning to all our viewers from around the world. It's another beautiful day here in Taipei for the Sports Tiger sponsored live streaming partner, and they're bringing us the Taipei T10 League. I'm pretty excited. Sadir, how about you?
Yes, because today, after today, we'll know exactly what the situation is, which teams have gone straight through to the semi-finals. We already know in Group B, the team that won their group was the TCA Indians. They are straight to a semi-final. They still have to play a game, but they are already in the semi-finals, the semi-final playoff. And after today, actually after this match, we'll already have a better idea. If FCC can win here, they will win their group. I think ICC will have to play pretty well to
I think
beat
they have
FCC.
to win both games today. They have to beat FCC and then the Jai Swingers. So yes, for the viewers out there, the top 2 teams go through to a semi-final playoff to determine which side of the draw they're in. The 3rd ranked team, the 7th and the 8th ranked team go off into a group next weekend, and the 4th, 5th and 6th ranked teams go into another group, and then the winners of those groups will join the group winners in the semi-finals.
Yeah, and the reason why we have so many games is to keep you entertained. Otherwise, you might wonder, why do the groups that have, the teams that have won their group, why do they have to play again? Well, maybe 2 answers. One is otherwise they'll be idle for too long. And the second, you won't have the ability or the privilege to see them. So we schedule as many games as possible to keep our viewers from around the world entertained. The batsmen are walking out. ICC fielders already on the field, and Anthony will face the first ball.
Yeah, with him is Rune Parapagoda, the captain of the FCC team, and I think opening the bowling will be Shrey Doshi for the ICCT team. Just to give the viewers a little bit of a rundown, after yesterday's matches, Jeff Black is the My Team 11 top run scorer with 68 runs, followed by Gisela Rishi on 63, but Anthony Lowe on 45, so he needs 24 more runs to become the top scorer.
And he has the opportunity right here because he's opening the batting, and if he bats well, he has every chance of overtaking the others on the batting stats.
To all the ex-FCC players around the world, we hope you're tuning in, and a very warm welcome to you guys as well. Things have definitely changed. According to the captain, they didn't celebrate last night because they're taking today's game pretty seriously, and let's hope they pull off another victory here, Celia.
Yeah, as I said, I think ICC will have to play very well to beat ICC will have to play very well to beat FCC here, because FCC was really convincing late yesterday in their victory over PCCT. The players just about ready. All our viewers from around the world who are just tuning in at 11:30 Taipei time. So we're just making sure that the very first ball is bowled at 11:30, so our viewers, they do not miss anything. We hope that the viewers over in Pakistan, India and England are ready, and here we go. Doshi to bowl to Anthony Leo. First ball through the leg side, 4 runs.
Whipped away through mid-wicket there, and Anthony sure likes to start off with a boundary, doesn't he?
Anthony likes to start off with a boundary. Shot and hit the same place, this time through the air, 4 runs.
2 bounces and into the fence, and what a great start here from Lowe. He's up onto the Taiwan Dragons won by 20 runs in the 7th match, and then the Taiwan Dragons chased down the Daredevil score and won by 7 wickets.
This is much better bowled, pitched up. Anthony first back, then forward.
And in the final game yesterday, the FCC Formosans defeated the PCCT by 7 wickets, which was a very impressive performance, Leo.
I think we will not see another PCCT batting collapse today. That's a straight drive, but straight to the fielder, and a little bit of a misfield, 1 run. I expect PCCT to play better. They are playing in the 3rd game today against the Jai Swingers.
Must-win game for them.
And also this game right here is a must-win game for ICC.
Arun Parapagoda on strike here for to face his first ball. FCC skipper.
Very subdued. There was actually a run there, but not taken.
That's the effect of not having a good night out there, Celia. Misjudgment early in the morning.
We can just tell our viewers again that it is pretty hot today. It's going to be well over 30 degrees Celsius.
Bit high there, the signal from umpire Khalid, and that'll bring us to the end of the first over, Celia. pretty respectable start there. 9 without loss.
Thanks to these first 2 boundaries by Anthony Liu.
Video and a lot more. So a very big thank you to our sponsors, Sports Tiger and My Team 11 as well. It's been a fantastic tournament so far, and there's a lot more to come in Salia.
Very exciting. Shah forgot to take his cap off. Luckily he remembered. And now he's ready. Second over, first match of the day. ICC against FCC.
Batsman just not ready there. Umpire Ashish. Telling him, hold on, son. Go back to your mark. Full ball driven down the ground by Anthony Lowe for a couple of bounces into the fence. He favours the full ball there, Anthony Lowe, and he's in fine form this morning.
Seeing the ball very well. Hong Kong, but now he was born in India. That's why he can play cricket.
Just missed out there, full ball outside off, and maybe would have been better off trying to hit it down the ground instead of over mid-wicket there.
And I think he knows it.
Keeper just having a few words with Devang Shah, telling him to make use of the wicket. Although, Salia, we did see 3 wickets from Sadiq yesterday with full tosses, so maybe that's the go-to delivery today.
Quite a few wickets off full tosses so far this tournament.
Well fielded there off his own bowling by Devang Shah. To all of Formosans tuning in from around the world, a very good morning to you guys, or a very early morning for some of you, depending on which part of the world you are. It's lovely to have you here with us, and we hope FCC players do you proud today. You might have got a little bit of, you might have got a little bit of a nick on there. No, umpire doesn't think so either, but the fielders were convinced. Let's have a look at it again. Oof. No, I missed the bat. I think it caught his back
leg.
Right? Back leg. Well spotted there by the umpire. Good decision, umpire Ashish.
Must say the umpires so far are doing a great job. Very calm, because sometimes in Taiwan the players can get quite feisty and when they appeal, and a weaker umpire can easily be intimidated.
Spanked down the ground. Another 4 from Lowe. Moves on to 17, I believe. It's gone. This could be this first Sports Tiger maximum. It's gone all the way. What a shot there. Magnificent for the Sports Tiger maximum. So there.
Great 6.
Too sure early in the morning if the ball moves around. It seems to move around a bit more later in the day.
Yeah, the later games, the bowlers seem to be able to swing it a little more. The wind I talked about earlier that might keep the players cool seem to die down now. So it must be quite steamy out there. Especially when the sun comes out from behind the clouds. So FCC on 23 without loss after 2 overs. And we have Sandeep Patel coming in. And it is going to be Arun facing him.
Yes, the Formosans these days don't really seem to have nicknames, but in years gone past, we've had some crackers, Saliers. We've had a Watcher, we've had Floppy, we've had the American Express, Teabags, and many more. So hopefully we'll start giving a few of these players nicknames soon as well.
Full toss. Straight to the fielder, but he couldn't stop it, and they will get 2.
Not the best start there from Patel. Straight down leg, full ball. Taken advantage of there by Arun.
I know in the previous over, Shah bowled 1 or 2 full tosses, but I think what he tried to do is pitch it up. And 1 or 2 of them were well pitched up and actually beat the batsman. Down the leg again. Anything down the leg will be signaled as a wide by the umpires.
Just keeps adding to that total. Isilia 26 without loss, so they might well get 90 or above here.
Goes for the big heave over mid-wicket, but misses. There might be trouble here, but the throw is wide.
And we have the first slip of the day, Celia. To viewers out there, our dropometer at the moment stands at 10. The standard of fielding has definitely improved, Celia, as the tournament's gone on.
The first day, it was more slippery. There were more slips and more drop catches, and then definitely improved. That is high in the air, but not too. Oh, and another slip.
Might have done himself a mischief here, just skidding there. Hopefully he hasn't hurt himself. Maybe his hamstring or his ankle.
He's young. These youngsters can shake it off. Interesting that the ground is not wet at all. I mean, there was no rain, no dew.
Could just be that the players aren't wearing spikes because of the concrete pitch.
Has to be it. And there was the bowler fielding that.
Change in the field, yeah. They've brought their third man up inside the fence, and they put long on back. So we've got a long on and a long off for the last 2 balls of the power play.
Good ball.
You can see he's just trying to get on the front foot there and launch him back over his head. But now with the change in the field, maybe just deciding against that and just...
And he just showed us that he can also play defensively, if he has to. Well pitched up and played on to long off. One more run and it's the end of over number 3, 28 without loss.
Going in 9-0.
And he obviously, his eye is in since the first ball, and that could be more beneficial to the FCC scoreboard.
Good, we have a change in bowling here. We have Neil Bimani coming on. The ICCT just mixing it up here, giving every bowler just 1 over. No one getting their second over after being a bit expensive here at the start.
The first 3 all fairly expensive. Let's see what Neil Bimani can do. I don't believe we've seen him bowl so far in this league. The Taipei T10 League. We are in the second of 4 weekends of matches for your entertainment.
Tell you what, he's definitely one of the younger players in this tournament, Celia. No grey hair there on that body.
And he runs back to his mark. Too much energy.
What an athlete.
Just to remind you that Sports Tiger is the global official streaming partner of Taipei T10 League. That one he gets hold of, it's flat batted, and it is a 6.
Sports Tiger maximum time. Oh yeah, second one of the game.
Do it again.
No need to get twinkle toes there. He's hitting the ball well. He's disappointed in that shot.
He's seeing the ball well, obviously, so he feels he can cash in.
That takes him, he's the top run scorer of the tournament now.
As we predicted. Short, and this one is going towards the boundary as well, and another Sports Tiger maximum. Well bowled in the block hole.
Just a reminder, while watching this spectacular game, you can also make your team on My Team 11 and win big. To all our viewers, you can download the application from myteam11.com. One thing's for sure, Celia, you need those FCC players in there today.
You will score heavily. Win big and enjoy the games at the same time. Last ball of the over. Another good ball in the block hole, and they decide to go. Anthony will make it.
Wants to keep the strike there, I think, Celia. He's the informed guy.
So 4 overs gone, 41 without loss. That well, but he got the wickets, as we mentioned earlier, off full tosses, but that doesn't matter. Get the man back in the pavilion. So Danny is on. Danny is on, and because of the single that they scampered through, the last ball of the previous over, Anthony Liu on strike again.
This last weekend, a couple of catches in the gully region. So let's see. That field will have to be awake this morning. Oh, right here into the commentary tent. Great strike there. Luckily, it didn't hit any of the...
Anthony up to 43.
Very lenient there from umpire Khalid.
So Anthony so far 43 of 19 balls with 4 sixes and 4 fours.
Huge swing and a miss across the line. Just getting too excited. He's one hit away from his 50 in the first 50 of the Taipei T10 League. Can Anthony Lowe do it?
Yesterday we saw the first 100 by a team, the Taiwan Dragons scoring 112 in their 10 overs. It was also the first game. And here we are looking at a possible individual 50.
Carries on like this, you might get an individual 100, Celia. Bottom edge that through the legs of the keeper and just take a single. He's definitely eyeing the commentary tent, old Anthony Lowe here. What did you say to him last night, Celia?
That ball was coming at some speed. It was a full toss, and he just hooked it over square leg, trying to write off a few workers. Right, so finally Arun gets to see the ball again, and he's facing Danny the Destroyer, who is at the moment being destroyed.
Losing a bit of form here, the batsman just eyeing the mid-wicket boundary when they could rather wait for the ball and just push a single here. Let's hope Arun just goes back to some traditional shots here, plays it down the ground.
Actually, Danny sticking to his guns, even after being hit around a little bit. Well bowled.
End of the 5th over, 48 without loss. They've dipped a little bit below 10 and over here, Celia.
I don't think that should be a problem if Danny gets hold of something in the next over or two.
Jeff scored 46 last week, and Anthony's already passed that. The changing bowler is Nirav Shah, the captain from ICCT, so he's definitely mixing it up. No one seeming to get into any sort of rhythm, Celia. Let's see what he can do.
I don't think he has a choice but to mix it up, because the bowlers are seeing the batsmen are, should I say, they are seeing the bowlers very well. Or seeing the balls very well. So, Nirav Shah, the new bowler, making a few adjustments.
He's got a long off, long on, deep mid-wicket, deep fine leg, and a man on a cover point boundary. I bet you wish he had 10 on the boundaries there, the way Anthony Lowe is batting.
That might still not help. Let's see if the captain can stem this flow of runs. Already 48 of them. With his cap on.
He's yorked himself. Right up in the block hole. Good ball. Just outside the line, but yes, definitely the ball keeping low there, and very lucky not to get bowled.
Yeah, if that was on the stumps, he would have been gone. So 2 dot balls. Outside off.
He's got away with another one there. Gold dust here, Celia. 3 dot balls. Great start by Nirav Shah, the captain.
Well done, Nirav. And then lifts it over the infield, Anthony. But they'll only get 1. So 49. 49 for Anthony. 1 run away from his half century.
Coming around the wicket here, Nirav Shah. All the past FCC captains, I'm sure Darren Burns, Charles Esterhazen, Heinrich
45.
Notnagel,
Yeah, so
Rick McGrail, Strawberry. You
Yeah.
guys must be loving this where we are around the world.
we just got the score a little bit mixed up there. The Anthony's on 45, and the team is on 49. Nicely bowled and well played down to long off. 1 run for Arun. 50 up for FCC. One ball remaining in this over. Good over for ICC. Bowled by Nirav Shah. And there is something big. That is huge. It is gone into the next baseball field.
That's one of the biggest hits of the tournament so far.
The applause has ended, but he's still acknowledging the crowd. Over. He's the first one to get a second over. FCC on 56 without loss.
A stumping there.
Unfortunate because the wicket keeper Vinit has been nippy all day. He keeps on stumping with when the foot is back in the crease.
Very well played there by Arun, just rotating the strike, chip down to long off, and that's all that's required with Anthony in such fine form.
Good thinking by the captain. Get a single and let Anthony continue.
Maybe this whole not drinking on a Saturday night is a pretty good idea, Celia. FCC playing brilliantly on a Sunday.
Oh! And then Anthony has decided he has done enough. He's done enough. Bowled by Danny.
Danny the Destroyer moves up to 4 wickets for the tournament. And he's in the wickets already this morning.
Well bowled, Danny. When you're a bowler and you're just getting smashed around, and also your bowling friends, it's hard to keep your concentration. But Danny did that very well. Also the previous over, the captain Nirav Shah. Into bat now, joining his captain is Umesh Bhatt.
Played very well yesterday, Celia. Umesh Bhatt had a couple of very good fours here towards the mid-wicket region.
And he is going to face Danny. 3 balls remaining in this over. Danny's real name, Divesh Jain.
Showing his intent early there. He's definitely not going to hang about. As Umesh Bhatt crushed down the ground to long on.
Very interesting action that Danny has, but effective.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, what's going on there? He's juggled the ball, caught it, and he stepped over the rope. 6. One way to get a Tiger maximum there, Celia. Look, great piece of fielding, drops it. Oh, but he's gone over the rope.
Stepping over the rope.
Arun Parapagoda keeping the strike there with that single. After 7 overs, FCC are 65 for 1. Going pretty well. Kitchen sink.
So Arun, well bowled by Nirav.
Been very impressive, Nirav Shah here.
Not afraid to pitch it up.
Nice and tight, as Darren Burns would say.
Shorter, flick to square leg, and just in front of the fielder there.
It's just misjudged it and overrun it, and the ball, getting very close to that boundary. They come back for 2.
2 runs for Arun.
Always hard to judge those when you come steaming in off the boundary and then the ball just drops just short of the fielder.
And then takes an awkward bounce. Go between your legs. That is high in the air. Mehta's trying to get there, but he cannot. And the ball drops safely. It was straight over the bowler's head, and they ran two.
Well run there by the batsman. Didn't quite get hold of it there, but managed to get back for two. Bit of a change in the field here. Sandeep Patel's seen enough. He believes Mehta could have maybe moved a bit quicker there, and he's switching around with Mehta. So Mehta coming out now to the deep cover boundary, and Sandeep Patel going back to long on.
Sandeep a little bit younger than Mehta. So they're hoping to get one of these catches. That's another good shot, but is it enough? Patel on the boundary, watch it, sails over his head and over the fence for another sports. 2 balls left in this over. And this one goes a little bit more square. And it's another 4. Boundaries is rain. 1 ball left in this over, and then another 2 more overs to try and do that. 79 for 1. Short, and that is smacked, and that will go all the way. That's another.
Bit of a misfield there by Danny the Destroyer. Just a reminder to the viewers out there, Sports Tiger is the global official streaming partner of Taiwan T10 League, bringing us news, predictions, scorecards, training video, and a lot more. And a very big thank you to them for providing these wonderful pictures from Taipei and bringing cricket lovers all around the world entertainment and enjoyment.
Many of our viewers still under lockdown around the world. I know India's lockdown has been extended for 2 more weeks. So they must be very happy to have some live cricket pictures in their living room.
Flicked away for another 4.
Craigie, do you think any of the international Australian players are actually watching this?
Not too sure about the international Australian players, but I did have that thought yesterday. I wonder which players around the world might be tuning in. If you are, a very big hello to you guys, and thank you for inspiring millions of people to play the lovely game that we call cricket. And hopefully the guys here in Taipei are bringing you a bit of enjoyment while you're on lockdown as well.
Yeah, the time of these games are a little more favorable to New Zealand Australian watchers or viewers. India, it's not too early, but if you go further west, it gets very early in the morning there.
Thick outside edge, running down towards the 3rd man boundary, and it's just stopped there. And the batsman can come back for 2. Score moves on to 93 for 1. They definitely look like they're going to get 100 here, so there, and that top score of 112 is in danger of being overtaken here.
Let's see if Bart can contribute. Eight balls remaining in the over, or in the innings.
Run out chance here. It's gone. No. Umpire Khalid, interesting call there. Not standing level there, but deciding that he was back. I'm not too sure if Sandeep maybe didn't collect that cleanly.
There doesn't seem to be any appeal or any unhappiness in the ICC side.
Arun Parapagodi here, it must be eyeing in a 50 as well, Celia.
He's going very well. Oh, he actually stopped running.
Just came in at the wrong angle, I think. Misjudged the ball there on the boundary, Nirav Shah, and
the river is a very well developed area full of sports facilities, and on the way here this morning, Craig and I both actually cycled here, and we saw sports people out: basketball, baseball, tennis, joggers, cyclists, even inline skaters. They
many
were
fine legs, Celia. many fine legs. Doshi coming on to bowl the final over, and FCC have lit up our Sunday morning, and can they get 110 plus? Let's see what happens in this final over. Doshi, the fearsome fast bowler from ICCT, coming in, entrusted with the last over.
Flicked around the corner, beautifully evaded by a square leg umpire, and they get 1 run. That's 1 run to Bart. Well played. Doshi also opened the bowling. He bowled the first over, and then the captain kept him for the final. The last over, 96 for 1. 3 figures definitely within their reach. Not sure if they're going to make 112 like the Dragons did yesterday, but a very, very respectable score. Tried to hit it hard, but it didn't go very far. Only 1.
Sort of bump balls there.
Yeah, I think he hit his into his own pad.
Very interesting. I thought that was, oh, he's out. Oh, he's out. Yes, caught. Okay, good. Very, very confusing there. The way he walked to the other end of the crease, I thought maybe he'd just had a bump ball, but yes, he's hit that straight in the air. Next batter, Rahul Aditya, who finished the game off yesterday with that 6 down to fine leg. He'll be replacing Omish Bhatt. Caught off the bowling of Doshi there by Nero Shah, the captain, taking the catch there.
Well done. Yeah,
no celebrations from the ICCT. I think that's what fooled us here in the commentary box.
Doshi slower ball, well bowled and well played down to fine leg. They might get 2.
Oh, there's Heinrich Nordnagel watching on.
Yeah, there he's standing. There he's standing. Hands on the hips, wondering what happened yesterday. Daredevils did not play well yesterday, for those of you who didn't see the match. And they will have to go into the playoff groups.
At least they get a second bite of the cherry there, Celia. That's what's great about this tournament. Anyone could make the semi-final from here.
Every team, all the teams still in the running, even after the round robin stage. Oh, and Doshi just confusing himself there.
Just a reminder to all those My Team 11 viewers, while watching the spectacular game, you can also make your team on My Team 11. Get your teams in very quickly for the second game this afternoon between ICCT and Ajayi Swingers.
Yeah, the same team you are watching now, that bowling, they will play again.
Well, this form, Celia, I think you might have to get a few Ajayi Swingers in that team.
The ICCT bowlers did not impress, but then again, they ran into Anthony Liu and Arun, both in great form. So up to 99 with 2 balls remaining. Most likely will not make the high score of the tournament, but might entertain us with another 100. Let's see. It is Omesh Bhatt to face. Slower ball. Oh.
Very interesting. The bowler there coming around the wicket, but Arun Parapagoda is still standing on his side. Should be on the other side. Change sides, sir. What's going on? Very confusing here. 100 up for the FCC Formosans, second team to get 100 in this tournament. Congratulations.
But he that very straight and very hard for 4 runs.
There's
batsman here in the middle order.
1 ball to go, so they're 104 for 2.
104 for 2. Aditya might have ideas of changing that 104 to something more. Here we go, last ball of the innings. And he plays it to the onside, straight to the fielder at the deep mid-wicket. Just 1 run, and that will bring the Formosans up to 105. 105 for 2 in their allotted 10 overs. Well played, Anthony Liu, 51. Arun, the captain, made 42 excellent runs. So
excellent
those were the
batting.
2 main contributors.
Excellent batting from the opening pair. And 105, so there, ICCT are going to have to bat very to chase us down. And after a short little break, we'll be back with Welcome back to the YCG, to the Sports Tiger sponsored Taiwan T10 League, where the ICCT Smashers are going to be chasing 106 to win. FCC, a fine performance there in the first innings. Celia, can they do it?
It's a tall order. It's a tall order.
The batsman out there, Rajesh Mehta. Don't be fooled by his shirt. His shirt says Pinto on it. It's Rajesh Mehta who'll be facing the first ball, and with him is Sandeep Patel. Pinto from the FCC Formosans will open the bowling, and let's hope for some more fireworks, Celia.
Yes, we'll see what they can do. They'll have to go after it from the very first ball. They cannot take it easy, because if our viewers remember, in the FCC innings, Anthony started with 2 boundaries. The moment so they'll have to score at 10 and over. And if they don't, it gets more and more difficult. Here we go. Down to fine leg, but no run there. It's Pinto Kumar bowling. The batsman is Mehta.
And immediately the asking rate goes up.
Says the human calculator next to me.
106 required or 59 balls. There's going to have to be a lot of Sports Tiger maximums in there.
Oh yes. Pinto Kumar. Good ball, but he manages to squeeze it towards the point boundary. Quick 2 runs.
Change of wicketkeeper for FCC today. We saw Nitish Gupta yesterday, but today we've got Rahul Aditya keeping their 3rd wicketkeeper in 3 games. So we'll have to wait and see how he goes behind the stumps today.
Lots of talented young cricketers in this team. So Pinto steaming in off his fairly long run-up. Mehta, very good batsman. Is that towards square leg?
Oh, it's misread the bounce there.
No runs.
Sadiq, the My Team 11 top wicket taker in the tournament so far. Sadiq with 5 wickets so far. And just behind him is AD, Arya Deep. So it'll be an interesting little tussle between them to see who gets more wickets in this innings.
And they're both on this team, so we'll see them in action, hopefully shortly. Short.
Bit of bounce here, Celia.
Nice lift.
Not the Mehta is the tallest guy in the world, but yes, almost about shoulder height there.
A very accomplished batsman. If he gets his eye in, which he'll have to do pretty fast, he can score a few runs. But I think FCC must be the favourites for this game after scoring, posting that 100+ total. Very sure that might be a no ball.
Just trying to bowl a bit too fast there, and his line bearing down the leg side. Yes, at the other end we've got Sandeep Patel, Celia. Quite a few deeps. We've got Sandeep Patel, we've got Arya Deep, and my favourite deep was the ex-Formosan player Harian Deep.
Hardeep, I remember him well.
Sure you know a thing or two about that, Celia.
So just to confirm with you, that previous ball, it was a no ball because it was above his head, but it was also a wide down the leg. So the official scorers will score it as a wide. But it's a 1 extra, 1 to the total. Another wide. It's 4.
Keeper just not getting down there. Can't let those get through.
That's actually a wide. They ran 1, so it's 5 wides. That's uncalled for. No need for FCC to bowl like that. 2 bad balls by Pinto Kumar. And it's assisting the ICC team. Gets a little bit of bat on that one.
End of the first over. No, still 1. Yes, end of the first over, and the score is 8 without loss. Leah?
I think the umpires think there's 1 more.
1 more ball to go. Okay.
Because he bowled 2 wides in a row.
Yes.
And I think
We
just missed that one. So just for the moment, you can ignore the... There, now it's correct on your screen. That's a good ball. Well played through the covers. Glorious shot. Will it go all the way? Just in front of our commentary position. It stops like less than half a meter from the boundary. And they run 2 runs. That was a very nice shot. Now it's the end of the first over. 10 without loss.
They're actually ahead of what FCC were. I remember FCC got 9 off the... Ankit Kumar. Opening up from the other end. Let's see what he can do. Number 44. And he'll be bowling to Sandeep.
Right, we haven't seen Sandeep Patel face yet.
Fine striker of the ball. So look at those pads. They're well worn in. Not too sure he's ever had another pair in his life. They've been used a fair bit. Those pads have. Batting well outside his crease here. And I think he favours the leg side, if I remember correctly.
Trying to get the second over. Let's see if the ICC can continue to build on their good start. 10 off the first over. Happy just to give the strike back to Mehta.
Oof. Bit of movement there through the air, but very wide.
Too much movement. So at the moment, the FCC bowlers guilty of helping the opposition actually with some free runs. In the FCC batting innings, we did not see too much of that. Full toss.
Yes, Anthony Lowe scored 51 in the first innings, and Arun Parapagoda, the captain, with a fine 42 of 26. Great opening partnership by the two of those, and I think ICCT will also rely on these two openers to get them off to a steady start. Bit of change in the field here. A reminder that you only have 2 fielders outside the circle, and those are deep mid wicket and long on.
Another wide signaled.
Sandeep Patel showing the intent there. He's definitely going to go over the top. Needs to get the ICCT off to a flyer here, who are a very fine batting team, so there. So you never know. That total FCC cannot be too complacent here.
It's high towards square leg. Oh, I think that went all the way. It's a Sports Tiger maximum.
Fantastic shot over there, over the square leg. And
certainly welcome. And another one. 1 bounce 4 or 6. Let's just see. The umpire signals a 4.
Another rubbish ball, Celia, just way too short on this pitch. And Sandeep Patel, he can hook all day long. Great hooker of the ball.
He loves the leg side. FCC bowlers really guilty of not pitching it up here. He's on 11 of just 3 balls.
Change in the field here. Maybe he's going to bowl another one short because he's putting deep fine leg back there. And
let's see if he can tempt Patel to hook again.
Outside the leg, gentlemen. Calm down, calm down. But much better there. At least it's a dot ball, Slayer.
Yeah, well, much better pitched up.
Very interesting to see the movement that he gets through there. Ankit Kumar taking it away from the left-hander.
Looks good. And your cricket education doesn't stop. You continue to educate these young players that the ball pitched outside leg cannot be LBW. That one is hooked to the left side.
Another massive hit there.
That is over the fence and into the river.
That's a big hit. That's a big hit. The Sports Tiger Maximum. Sports Tiger, the official streaming partner of Taiwan T10 League, and we're bringing you a lot of Sports Tiger Maximums today. Bringing you news, predictions, scorecards, training videos, and a lot more, and there's a lot of excitement in the ICCT batting tent there. They believe they can win and chase down 106 to win.
And after 2 overs, they are on 30 without loss.
Told you, Celia, not having a big night out on a Saturday night. It could come back to haunt these FCC players.
Of Taiwan.
AD, Aria Deep. Yes, I am. And he's coming on to bowl. He's the second top wicket taken in the tournament. So far has 4 wickets for 18 runs. Picked up 3 yesterday, Celia, and looked mighty impressive with his slow right arm. Very crafty bowler. And he'll be bowling to Mehta.
They need somebody to stop these ICCT players from hitting so freely and scoring so freely.
Last over the power play. Have a long on and a deep square leg here. Let's see if AD can bring it back. Good start there. Full. Another one of those full tosses there.
Yeah, full toss. Better than a short ball.
Got a lot of wickets yesterday with full tosses to the FCC. Sadiq, who's the top wicket taker in the tournament, picked up 3, I think, yesterday with full tosses. So we'll see how they go today. There's another one, yet to find the pitch, and flick through mid wickets, and they could come back for 2 here. Batsman calls yes, and very easy to Mehta. Few nervous looks there from the SCC fielders, stunned by the fast start by the ICCT.
Yeah, you did say before the start of the innings that ICC has a very strong batting lineup. At the moment, they are impressive.
Certainly in comparison to their bowling effort early on, yes, Celia. Very strong batting lineup.
There was another full toss. So far, AD not using the mat that lies on top of the concrete pitch.
.73 required of 45 balls. It's going to be a tight finish. Well bowled. Yorked himself, very full. Saw the batsman coming. Great bowling, AD. very loopy full toss there, but does the trick. Another dot ball, so there.
I think Patel will not be happy with himself for missing out on that one.
He's bowled 5 full tosses in the overs there. Make use of the facility, son, and that's the end of the 3rd over. 34 without loss. Great start. Game on. End of the power play.
Sadiq, if you watched on the statistics, you'll know that Sadiq is the top wicket taker. Sorry, it's actually Anthony coming on. We'll hopefully see Sadiq later. Anthony, the same man who hit 51 in the FCC's batting innings, he's now going to bowl. Very hot today. Hot, humid. Once in a while, a little breeze will come through to cool the players down, but we can guarantee you that it is hot out there in the field. Anthony must be fairly tired after these batting heroics, so we'll see what he can do with the ball here.
72 required from 42 balls, just over 10 runs to the over. It's going to be a great finish here in game 10.
Anthony to Patel.
My Team 11 viewers, don't forget to get your teams in for the afternoon match between ICCT and Jai Swingers, which will be up next. While watching this spectacular game, you can also make your team on My Team 11 Fantasy app. Download the application from myteam11.com.
Full toss, and that is high in there. It will find like a 6. Oh, in the path, and
That's definitely going towards the river, Celia.
yeah, that might reach the... Well played.
Another full toss, another rubbish ball, and another 6. FCC just seeming a bit tired here and losing the plot with the ball. No answers. Sandeep
Definitely.
Patel
Yeah.
lighting up YCG.
Good batting. I think the FCC did not expect this. I did not expect ICC to come out all guns blazing. And they are definitely a little stunned. So a ball has been provided and Anthony can continue. He makes it a full toss as well. 1 bounce 4.
No,
No,
it's another 6. Sports Tiger maximum, Celia. It's raining 6s here. And you can hear the excitement from the ICCT players.
and he bowled him.
Well done! Venus Wazell. Go on, son.
So Sandeep Patel is out.
Oh, balls, Celia.
Excellent effort by Sandeep Patel.
New batsman is Devang Shah. Very fine batter. And let's see what he can do. Game on. Great excitement in the first game of today's action, Celia. We have 3 good games for the viewers out there. ICCT against FCC now. We've got ICCT against Jai Swingers. If they win this game and the game this afternoon, they're through to the semi-final playoff. And in the final game of today, we've got the PCCT United team taking on the Jai Swingers.
Very exciting game so far. We saw 105 by the FCCT batsmen in their innings. We thought that is out of reach of ICC, but ICC did not think so. They have come out chasing hard. After 3 overs and 4 balls, they are on 46 for 1. Anthony has just taken the first wicket. He has clean bowled Sandeep Patel. Very good ball. And here he comes in now to
Well
Shah.
bowled, just pushed out to the covers there, Celia. Devang Shah, another left-hander. 3 left-handers at the top of the order. You don't see that very often.
And making it work. So 1 ball left for Anthony Leo. Pitched up, beautifully driven through the covers. It won't make the boundary, but they will get at least... No, only 1. There was a man coming around. It was AD coming around from long off. So, at the end...
It's time for the skipper to come onto ball. Arun Parapagoda making the changes after Pintu Kumar, Ankit Kumar and AD went for plenty of 6s. The captain coming on here.
Even Anthony went for 6s, but he at least got 1 wicket. So, captain taking it on himself.
Just a single there to the covers. Score moves on to 48 after 4.1. Tidy start there from Arun Parapagoda. Chopped away through the point region. Ball's going to be held up here in the outfield, and the batsman coming back for an easy 2.
Mehta stepping up. He has the ability to score many runs. Maybe not the big 6s, but he can keep the scoreboard ticking over, and that is what ICC, they just do not want dot balls. 50 is up for ICC, well batted in just 4 overs and 2 balls.
Keeping it nice and tidy here, Arun. Devang Shah just readjusting his pad. Umpire Ashish coming in to help him out. No social distancing there, but it's all right. As many of you know, Taiwan's done a fantastic job with managing to control this pandemic with all their policies of prevention. We're very blessed and lucky to live in such a wonderful country. Celia?
Yes, they have done an excellent job. Yesterday, there were only 3 new cases, and these cases all came in from abroad. Taiwanese who went traveling against advice, might I add, and came back with the virus. But in the country for more than 2 weeks, we've had no domestic transmissions. All the cases came in from people who went traveling.
Swing and a miss. Well bowled, Arun Parapagoda. And a wicket or two here, so there, and I think it's going to be a very tight finish.
Yeah, FCC needs 1 or 2 good overs just to take the momentum away from ICC.
Another single, needs to finish it off well here with another tidy ball, as long as he doesn't go for a boundary, and it'll be a great first over from the captain of the FCC.
Nicked and gone.
Just what the doctor ordered. Caught behind, Rahul Aditya taking a catch off Arun Parapagoda, and Mehta is out.
Mehta just starting to look impressive, and then he got that edge straight through to the keeper. Well bowled, Arun. When things didn't go well, captain.
PT is going to be coming into bat at number 4, and he needs to get a move on. 54 runs required off 30 balls. That's almost 11 and over, Slayer. And they're going to at least have to get at least a boundary and over from here on inwards to have a chance. The ICCT Smashers.
Yeah, Devan Shah hasn't faced too many balls. It's basically 2 new batsmen now.
And still Sadiq, the Taipei T10 League top wicket taker. Still yet to bowl. He's currently got 5 wickets for 20 runs in the tournament. And he's coming on to bowl now, is he? No, it's Pintu Kumar coming back on.
He's coming back for his 2nd over.
Very interesting. Saving Sadiq maybe for the death. Who knows?
I think Sadiq is burning to bowl. But so far, Captain Arun has made very good decisions when things didn't go well. So the players trust him. Or we hope so, anyway.
Struggled to find his line in the first over, Celia. Let's hope Pintu is able to locate the wickets this time.
That's a good ball. Pitched up, played out to long off. So finally we have a right-handed batsman in the form of Doshi. So now it becomes a little more complicated for the fielders because there's a right-handed batsman and a left-handed batsman. That means if they take a single, the field has to change. Yes. And some of the players are just a little confused, asking the captain where they should go.
Oh, run out of chance, but the bowler's standing in front of the stumps. Otherwise, I think he could have had a throw at the stumps there, Celia.
Definitely blocked him.
Not often you see that.
We trust you enjoy all the action coming from the Taipei T10 League. Well pitched up, well driven, and well stopped.
Great fielding off his own bowling there. I think most bowlers are pretty good fielders of their own bowling, but not all the time when other people are bowling.
Bowlers very protective of their bowling figures.
Not timing the ball very well here, Doshi just struggling to get away, and when ICCT need to smash the ball, he's just not finding the middle of the bat.
Two more very good balls here could change the complexion of the game slightly. Great bowling by Pintu Kumar. I thought for a moment.
Pressure telling there, Celia.
They know they need to, they know they need boundaries now, and swings and misses and dot balls are not going to do it.
53 of 25 is a pretty tall order.
And for some reason, Kumar has also stopped bowling wides, so that helps a lot.
I think he's come around the wicket now, Celia. I think before he was coming over the wicket.
Yes. And
look at that, it's a skidder.
Kept low.
Unplayable delivery there before crashing into the leg stump.
And Doshi didn't bother the scorers too much.
Wasted a lot of balls at ICCT. Speaking to the captain earlier on today, Celia, the times have changed for the FCC. They did not go out celebrating last night as tradition, and but they did promise if they win this first game, there will be some pretty spectacular celebrations tonight, with the Vignette dance coming out and many other things. Maybe even Stanley will come out of the closet.
Yeah, many traditions in the FCC team, especially after winning. I think they wanted to make sure that they've topped their group, and then they can really celebrate, showing the other teams what they are capable of. AD is back into the attack, and he's going to bowl
Devon Shah facing.
Devon Shah facing the tall batsman. Facing AD with 4 overs left. The over by Captain Arun, and then the next over by Pintu Kumar. Really were 2 good overs, and ICC under pressure now.
Just off the pad there, so no wide. AD deceiving. Devon Shah missed out there. It was a short ball down the leg side.
Good running.
Safely. Yep.
So on this field, we'll just tell you a little more in a moment. There he goes for a big hit, and that is 1 bounce 4. 1 bounce 4, great shot by Devon Shah. Well pitched up ball, but manages to force it out too long on. Now we're going to see Chachani, Vinit, the wicket keeper. Not the he had quite a few stumping opportunities, well, shall we say, attempts. And then the one real attempt he had, he missed, unfortunately. Let's see if he can make up with it for the make up for it with a bat. His first ball that he's going to face, and he's going to face it from AD.
Much better over this from Aryadeep. First over, ball too many full tosses.
6 of them, right? Oh, and
Chinese cut there down to the fine leg boundary, and another 2 to Chachani.
Very fine. 2 welcome runs for ICC.
Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, the wicketkeeper not much of a
thick
chance.
Inside edge down to the fine leg fence.
Score goes up to 62. Well bowled, end of the over. 62 for 3 after 7. And those two overs I mentioned really put ICC on the back foot. They might still prove us wrong. They have 18 balls left. A few Sports Tiger maximums might change that.
Almost 15 and over from here, Celia. That's going to have to be 2 boundaries and over at least. And as you said, definitely a fair few Sports Tiger maximums.
And they have to face...
Here comes Sadiq. My Team 11 top wicket taker with 5 wickets so far in the tournament. He's quite clearly going to bowl 2 of the last 3 overs. Got 3 wickets with full tosses yesterday, Celia, and he's just been spanked down the ground. Beautiful shot, straight down the ground. Bringing you the pictures from Taipei. Got Toby Openshaw, got Mike as well, and they are doing a fantastic job of bringing these pictures all around the world in a Taipei T10 League.
And spare thought for our cameramen standing out there in the sun all day long, bringing you great pictures.
That's gone for a Sports Tiger maximum. No one's catching that one, Celia.
Maybe the baseball players on the next field.
Maybe he's gone for the full toss again, hoping to get another wicket, and he's been spanked down the ground. Game on.
A few more of those and the score will get closer and closer to that elusive 100. Reminding you that ICC need 106, but you can see the caption on your screen. It comes down to 34 of 15 balls.
Sadiq disappointing his My Team 11 users there. While watching the spectacular game, you can also make your team on My Team 11 Fantasy app and win big. To all our viewers, you can download the application from myteam11.com. Get your teams in for the next game coming up between the ICCT and the Jai Swingers.
Sadiq has got 3 balls left in this over.
Squirted it away over point. Good piece of fielding there on the boundary. And he's just a bit of contention here whether or not the fielder got his foot over the rope or not. And no, they think it's fine. Just 2 runs there. ICCT getting pretty animated in the tent, believing that the fielder had touched the rope.
Just to remind you that Sports Tiger is the global official streaming partner of the Taipei T10 League. Thanks to Sports Tiger, you can have all these pictures live on your phone or your personal device.
Run out chance here. Oh, needed to get in a bit harder there, and he's back safely. Very cheeky single there, Celia.
Yeah, I think the non-striker was the one who was set off late. Maybe he would have done better throwing to the other end. Anyway, that was the further away from him. Maybe he felt sorry for the bowler's hands and didn't want to throw it so hard. So 1 ball left in this over from Sadiq. It's been a fairly expensive one.
Oh, straight over the stumps. Unfortunately, not being able to add to his wicket haul. And that's the end of the 8th over. 75 for 3. 31 required from 12 balls.
Or some maximums. And the captain is going to bowl his 2nd over. He did very well to rein in these ICCT batsmen who were really on the rampage. And after his previous over, that's when the target became more difficult because they just didn't score enough runs. Let's see if they can change the tables here. Shah is going to face Arun. First ball he gets hold of, straight to a batsman and past him.
Misjudged there, he didn't know where to come in for the catch and ended up doing nothing, and the ball goes for 4.
Another good strike, but this time to the leg side. They were going to try for 2, and they will get 2. Well hit, and very good running, and it's hot out there. We can guarantee you, running 2 quick runs in this heat takes it out of you. The batsman just taking a moment to compose himself after that. So Devon Shah has decided that he is going to try his utmost to get the runs. Hit and a miss. Ball gets past the wicket keeper, and it'll be a run. 1 run to the total. 1 run to... It's a bye. Signal the bye. The belated signal there from the umpire. Now he's making sure that the scorer sees signal.
Not too many people passing the field on their bicycles yet, but as we saw yesterday in the afternoon, once the wind picks up and the temperature cools down a bit, then we get far many more people going past the river. No run. Very valuable at the end of the innings here. Dot balls and 24 required of 8 balls.
Manages to get that one out to the leg side, to the mid wicket area. Just 1 run. Just 1 run with only 7 balls remaining now. It's becoming very, very hard for ICCT to get that all. 83 for 3, already an excellent score, because we've seen scores of below 50 in this tournament. So they might not win this game, but they are doing very well. Just one, unfortunately, because straight to the field there at long off.
1 run down the ground there, and they're going to require 22 runs there for the final over bowled by Sadiq, most likely. This could be a very interesting chase, but they done pretty well, ICCT, but just not looking likely to win this one here.
They have done their net run rate no harm, but to Sadiq.
Many My Team 11 users will be disappointed by that, with Sadiq unable to add to his wicket tally. He's still the top wicket taker in the Taipei T10 League with 5 wickets, and but he'll just remain there until next weekend in the playoffs. Very brave call here. Pranay Ratchakatla coming on to bowl his first over in the last over of the innings.
I'm wondering if the captain is just giving him an over.
Maybe because Sadiq's a spinner, they just doesn't want to bowl a spinner for the last over, thinking that the batsman might be able to launch him for a few Sports Tiger maximums.
That's possible. Let's see if he can back his captain's decision.
Devon Shah batting very well. Let's see what he can do here.
He goes down the leg.
Nerves getting to the young man, and that's a wild delivery down the leg side. 21 required of 6. The equation becomes slightly easier.
Full toss.
Front foot, no ball. We're going to see our first free hit of the tournament as well, and the batsmen are coming back for 2. All happening here at the YCG, Celia.
Now then. 2 balls have been bowled in this over. Runs have been scored, and there's still 6 balls left.
That decision to bowl Pranay Ratchakatla not looking like the best decision right now, Celia.
Yeah, very difficult to understand. And we have a free hit. It's going to be taken by Devon Shah.
The batsman cannot be out of this ball. It's a free hit. Well fielded there on the mid-wicket boundary, but the batsman still coming back for 2.
And making it. Well run. These batsmen must be fairly winded after the few 2s they've taken. Well done. So 6 balls to go. Still 6 balls to go, because that was the free hit. Nope. Now it's 5 to go.
(16:05), very doable now, so there after that dreadful start to the over by Ratchakatla. Nerves getting to the young man.
Must be a little bit rattled now. Very interesting conclusion to this game. FCC defending 105 runs, ICC doing everything in their power to try to chase it down. And it's still not decided.
Guys, ball him!
What a comeback. Over.
Sounds like something we might have had before in our lives. Beccaria coming into bats, and he's got it all to do. 16 or 4, 4 fours will win it from here, Salir. Simple equation.
4 times 4 is 16.
It is indeed.
Becaria's in here has a very, very tall order. And considering that 4 wickets down is just maybe the beginning of the tail. Pressure. A bowler with his tail in the air. Let's see what we can do.
No time to settle. Can't even turn over the strike. He needs to deal in boundaries. Well, Beccaria, what can he do?
Beccaria facing Pranay Ratchakatla.
Well, it seems somehow Khalid still put no stumps together after Ratchakatla damaged the off stump.
Game swinging wildly. One moment it's with FCC, then the ICC looks like coming back. Then a wicket by Ratchakatla, back to the FCC, advantage FCC, and here we go. Gets that one. Oh, oh.
Sports Tiger, our official streaming partner of Taiwan T10 League. It's an nail-biter.
It's a nail-biter, 3 balls left. Now they need 5 of each ball.
They're dealing in sixes. 2 Sports Tiger maximums and a 4 maybe,
I'm not sure if these batsmen can hit the maximum. A full toss coming down in our direction. There's a fielder here, the captain himself, right in front of us. He knocks it down, gets it in for only 1 run. And now FCC is safe. Provided.
Fierce rivalry between ICCT and the Formosans, but it looks like the Formosans are going to be joining the TCA Indians in the first semi-final playoff next week.
Provided Ratchakatla does not bowl a wide or a no ball. Well bowled, driven to long on, and they're going to go for 2, possible run out, but the bowler can't handle it. Great score by ICCT, 92 for 4, but they're going to fall short. They're going to fall short of the target of to 106 to win. So there's 1 ball left for Pranay Ratchakatla. Well pitched up. Beats the batsman. End of the game. FCC win by
11 runs. 11 runs. Well played.
It won't be a final. It will just be a semi-final playoff to decide who goes to one group and who goes to the one semi-final and who goes to the other semi-final. And then the remaining 6 teams will be divided into 2 groups. They will play 2 games each. And then after next weekend, we will know the exact order. And then there will be the playoffs, the real knockout playoffs will start. So, as the players thank each other for a very exciting game, we trust you enjoyed it as well. And in a moment, we are going to go down to Priya on the boundary there. She's just waiting for the 2 captains to come to her.
Nirav Shah just taking his time getting over there. I'm sure he's a bit disappointed, the young man. But yeah, ICCT, still 1 game to come. In the next match, they're going to be playing the Jai Swingers. They remain winless in this tournament, so hopefully they can correct that in the afternoon game. It was a fine first game, Salia. Yeah.
Very exciting. Even in the last over, it was not settled until the 3rd last ball. Now, you can't ask for much more than that. If you're a cricket lover,